Alright guys, welcome back. We're just gonna jump into the Thor campaign and start off, or begin where we started off last time. Happy Tuesday, welcome back. I think we're doing pretty, we've had a lot of luck in this campaign with Grimgor and the Bloody Hands basically being gone already. Had to get an extra dose of coffee. She happened to see a little furry friend up in the left corner. That's just my dog. His name is Cash. Not a big fan of Dad streaming during the day, but he'll be okay. Which, after this recording, I do actually plan on doing a live stream. I have no idea of what yet. But yeah, if you're not doing anything and want to come on over and join, I will be live streaming today for the first time. Alright, where were we doing? Okay, we're still recruiting here. That army is a little bit of an issue. As long as they just take Mount Silver Spear, we should be fine. Sorry, we had just taken that settlement. But yeah.
Yes, fellow Dowie.
Can't quite get him in a confederation yet, but that's alright. The grudges, I think, are mostly just his artifacts to be reforged, if I remember. Yeah, and then just raiding a Greenskin and Skaven province. Which I think most of the ones I need to get yet are actually... there's one here. There's one at Black Crag, which we could get in a confederation. But yeah. Not a problem. We'll get them. Okay. Okay, he's still just raiding in that area. It looks like he is going for Mount Silver Spear, which isn't that big of a deal. Again, if they take it, they take it. I'm not too concerned with it. I'm more worried about figuring out where Snitch actually is.
Come, kin.
No. Which he left that there. That's interesting. Kind of makes me think there might be... yeah, we'll take the growth. Okay, so that's where Snitch is, right there. Okay. Not a problem. Because I think I remember they have... Yeah, they go all the way out here. Mountain Greyhag. Gonna hold off on that just because I don't know how well I'll be able to defend it. Good, I want Black Iron Mine to get walls. Good, he's got Lightning Strike. Get our crowd control. Okay. That's gonna take some time. I don't know what I want to build. Let's get Valaya Sorrow, because I think there is a... maybe I was mistaken. In that case... trying to think. Guess it doesn't really matter at this point what I build, but I do want to get these settlements built up, so we'll go go with the Misty Mountain. It's probably the most defended out of all of them. Good.
Thorek Ironbrow.
Valea's will binds me to you.
Okay. Well, let's attack him then. And I don't know why he left that army right there, but they're gone.
Old Thrip. So it's more. Good.
Good. Awesome. Yep. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad to have. Good.
Tried and tested.
Anad.
Now, what is... So they have 6, so they have 4, and then the 2 up there, and Snitch is up there.
Thorek Anad.
Don't need that. Need the ammunition. It's risky, but I'm actually going to force march this way. I'm gonna save the money because again, I don't know. I mean, for all I know, Snitch could come down here and wipe it out.
To war! Welcome, friends of the Dowie.
See if he'll declare war on Eshin.
Yes.
Perfect.
The dragon shall wake.
Okay. So I'm imagining Eshin has their Fortress of Vorag as well. And we got our on Tayton going, which is good. Oh, excuse me. I will be... Yeah, I knew this was coming. And yeah, they took it. Not a problem. Be consuming probably... This is my second cup of coffee, but I'll probably be having another one. Got a total of like 3 hours of sleep last night, so... If you do join the live stream and I'm a little...
Can you see I'm busy?
Caffeinated. That's a very good reason, or a very good assumption to have, because I will be running mostly on caffeine today. Good. Good. The problem with this is it's gonna take 8 turns to get, which isn't terrible, but with more artillery coming into play, it also may not be a bad idea to actually start going down some infantry just to get our what do I want to say? Get our garrisons stronger.
Beards in belt.
Let's go through buildings here. That's not under any immediate threats. That's good. Not worried about that. That'll probably revolt soon.
For the wisdom of Valea.
Let's actually get... I want more Iron Drakes, I think, just to be able to deal more with the Skaven here. Yeah, I'm gonna get one more thing of miners for crowd control, another thing of Iron Drakes, and then 2 more Thunderers. And if I can,
if you dare.
Can I get another? I cannot get another Rutensmith yet. Not a problem. What do I want to do? Where's the crooked hanging fort? Right here. Yep, we'll get that built. In terms of this, since we do have a decent amount of artillery, we'll start getting those guys stronger, I think. I'm gonna wait on that. What I'm worried about here is that Eshin could come down here. Even though we do have tier 3 walls, it's gonna take quite a bit to take that from us.
Time for a reckoning.
Because that 3 turns of recruitment, it's not good at the moment. But having 2 things of Iron Drakes in there will help us out. So if Snitch starts moving down here a little faster, then I can just cancel it and recruit something else. But for now,
The runes are ready. Aye, it is time.
okay. So they don't have walls or anything, but they can get rattling guns and globadiers, which is not good.
Hammer and anvil.
I have the forge fires glowing.
Okay. Which I'm gonna chance it. Because we want to get to Flayed Rock as soon as possible. That is going to revolt.
For the wisdom of Valea. Ha ha. Record begin.
Let's just do. Actually, let's get the Thunderous here. The boost to Thunderous, because that's going to help us a lot faster than our money's not an issue at this point in time. Screw it, we're gonna do it. We'll end the turn and move on. So far, it's been a pretty boring stream. I understand that, nothing really going on. Just kind of waiting to see what Eshin does and where they all move. Which I don't think they have any armies to the north here. So what we can do is actually probably disband that guy to the north there and recruit another one at that province. Because since we have walls here, they're probably going to wait a decent amount of time to get a... Alright, good, he's hopping.
Onward.
So yeah, we're actually going to disband it. Excuse me. And build this Grugni guy
The
here.
runes are ready.
Good. Rename him. Do I have another Grugni? Lord, I can recruit. Nope. Okay. Yeah. Growth isn't an issue here, so let's just get these walled up as fast as we can.
Praise our best.
The runes are ready.
If you want something done right, seeking knowledge.
Okay. We should be able to attack that next turn.
On our way.
From there. So we'll actually go into a camp stance and just see what they do. But we'll definitely be able to take the Flayed Rock in this recording, which is good. Basically limit their recruitment capabilities. It's going to help too that Karezakarak is at war with them, so it might actually take some of their attention away from us while we take these settlements from them. Which I guarantee you they're recruiting another army somewhere. We just have to find out where.
Tried and tested.
Okay. What do I want him to get? Don't really care about armor. Let's go with some scouting. good.
March! Kazuk!
So it's tier 5, so good. And they have walls, which means they're going to have Warp Bomb. So we're going to have to be careful of that. And Skaven walls are actually pretty deadly. So we're going to have to be careful with our artillery here that they don't wipe us out with that. Because, yeah, this is a pretty good fight that's going to happen here. But if it's what I'm thinking, it should be a pretty, yeah, it'll be an easy siege. It's just they definitely have a pretty good potential of doing some pretty good damage to us. Can we?
A runesmith's duty is never done.
It's mainly just for the experience there. I wasn't trying to do anything crazy. Good. Get that built. Get that built. I should be able to build it. Ooh, I cannot. Not a problem. Public order -2 and -3. Once we clear some grudges, that should help us. But yeah, we're going to jump into this battle, which it'll probably go a little longer than what I normally would do, but that'll be okay. Not a hard one, especially once we get rid of their menace belows. We just have to be careful that they don't, since the units will deteriorate, they'll be able to use Warp Bomb pretty much whenever, so we have to make sure that if they do spawn near our missile units, that we get them away as fast as possible. So we're going to actually set up a little differently than I normally would. Because normally I would just like put them in a cluster, but when they're like that, it's harder for them to move. Take them off fire at will. So I'm just going to stagger it a little bit. Nothing crazy. These iron brakes are actually go with our artillery to add some protection. And I'm just doing this just to stagger out, so if they do, it's easier for us to move. Get these guys there, put them over there. Yep.
Thorek Ironbrow!
Good.
Casting the runes!
And we're just gonna move these up so we can destroy those walls.
Move now! Pump those dropping legs!
Which we're not gonna do anything until they start spawning these menace belows. Which should be any second. Yep, okay.
Vengeance! Let us bleed for the clan! Warriors!
Okay, we're gonna get these grudge throwers and start shooting that wall or that tower. We'll get one unit to shoot them briefly. Get Thorek over here. Oh, fuck. They're gonna warp bomb. Yep. Fuck. Okay. That's not good. Not a good start. Okay.
Word of vengeance! Runesmith! Cut off!
Get those guys here.
Will of Iron! Thoric Ironbrow!
Okay, leave him beat, leave him beat.
Think about it! Go!
Which, that unit isn't wiped out by any means. But it's still not, obviously, a good thing to have.
Grudge Thrower!
Okay.
Kasugan! Kasakita!
Move those guys back just so we can start bombing them over there.
Through!
They should have, yep, one more
Come together, lads!
right
Get
here.
moving!
It's a little glitchy, I understand.
Ricky! Wrath and Ruin! Grudge Thrower!
Which I apologize for. There's haven't dropped any frames yet, which is good.
Move to attack!
Okay,
Moving out!
let them go, let them go.
Range far, range fast! Nothing can stop us!
Which they got us with one. It's not ideal, but we'll bounce back. Good.
The runes glow! Moving out!
The only thing I'm worried about is by the time they get back, they're going to be able to use another warp bomb. Good. I think that's all they got. Good. And now the rest of it's cake. Alright. Oh yeah. And we'll just use Thoric and the Runesmith to start doing damage on these units here. Which we do still need to deal with the Plague Claws catapults for them at some point. Okay. Let's actually move them forward a little bit. Put him there.
Age, wealth, and skill!
Which I know I'm lagging a little bit. Not dropping any frames, still at 60 FPS, but there's just a lot of units that the game is trying to process due to
Brumney's well!
Skaven
Right
being
the
Skaven.
road!
Good. And we'll just keep on trucking. It's gonna be pretty tedious. It's just getting rid of all the units here. Which we do need to be careful for their Plague Priests and Warlock Engineer. Which is bring the Thane up here as well. We just have to watch that if they start retreating like that, just to tell them to stop firing.
Runes of spellbreaking!
Just because we don't want to waste ammo.
Moving out!
Which they'll keep bringing units up,
I Grumney!
and then it's just waiting for good. Once that last catapult gets into place, we'll start bombarding them. Good. Hit these plague monks next.
Oath and steel!
Basically, lightly armored units are who and what we're going to go for. Shoot those guys. Get rid of these clan rats.
It is an order. Aye.
Good.
Runes of smiting upon them.
So I know it's tedious, but couldn't auto-resolve it, obviously. We'll save those for now.
Thoric Ironbrow.
But yeah, these two right here are a little worrisome just because they can cause a decent amount of damage to us. Definitely at some point want to waste the Plague Claws ammo just to get rid of their balance of power.
Thoric Ironbrow.
Just have them shoot the ground up there. Good. Most of them are approaching or are already at the 100 kill mark.
Master of Runecraft. The Anvil's might.
Good. Actually did a decent amount of damage to those Storm Vermin. Which will use it on those guys. Stop firing. Bring up 4 units. Just because I want them to. I don't want to bring them close enough where they start using magic on us, but I do want to try and get more of them up on the wall so our artillery has more to fire at and do more area of effect damage. Thoric and the Runesmith are getting decent amounts of damage using their Rune of Wrath. It's not great killing Skaven slaves, but with our artillery, just because it's not a good trade of balance of power, but if we don't get rid of them, then they're not going to replace them up on the walls with anything. Let's get them to shoot up here. One volley or two, see if we can get rid of some of these Belvederes. All of these guys are getting pretty good amounts of kills. Good.
Path at home.
They did about 800 damage to him, really. That's better than what I thought they would actually be doing. Let's just get rid of these Skaven slaves. Get something else up there on the walls. Good. That's not great, really. Just because now they're gonna put essentially less units up there on the walls, which isn't ideal. But essentially, it's gonna be more time consuming because we're just gonna have to rely on our Runesmith to do some more damage. Let's get this thing to put some ladders up here. Which if we need to, we can actually move the Grudge Throwers kind of like yay and have them shoot up and over.
Range far, range far.
just looks like that's how they're setting up. The reason why I am always kind of turning to the left, because if I go to the right, it just goes to my other monitor and I can't actually rotate. So.
Grongne's well. The runes are cast.
Which it's tedious, and I apologize, but if I had, you know, a flamestone or something, it would make this go a lot faster, but I don't.
Strike the runes.
Which, the sooner we get these Skaven slaves to break and just retreat off the battlefield, hopefully they bring more of these melee troops over here, and we can just use our artillery to bombard the piss out of them.
Thorek Ironbrow.
Which, if I have them shoot, that's what I was afraid of. Let's have them move this way a little bit. One thing we have to worry about is if we get in line of that tower, if they think we're moving too far to that side, they might send some troops over there. And then we're going to have to obviously adjust our artillery so they aren't getting shot by the Skaven towers. Because these Skaven towers not only provide them with War Bomb and Menace Blows, but they actually do a decent amount of damage to units. Because we're definitely in their firing, or the tower's firing range, which I think that's honestly where they're putting those Skaven slaves, potentially. Good. Got one more of these.
By Grongne. Thorek Ironbrow.
Which is slowly, balance of power slowly going into our favor. Take more time, which I'm just trying to get the right angle for them to shoot up and over into kind of an area here. If they want to bunch units up like that, they're more than welcome to. I'll just keep doing that to them. Alright, let's see if I have them alt to an area. How's that go for their... Oh yeah, that's much better. It's not great, but it's better than what it was when most of the shots were getting blocked by that little hump right there. Good. Which I'm definitely not going to take the time to manually fire those. They're getting their fair share of kills and contributing to the balance of power, so I'm not really too worried about that. Let's see if we can actually hit these plague monks. And we're still good there. They're not trying to go up on those walls. Good. Which, once those eventually move, we'll just have them fire at a area. Kind of like that. And just shoot right there. Can't quite use them yet. Good. Alright. Hold your fire for now. One thing I could do actually is bring them back right there. Actually, right here. And see if that just gives them a better angle to shoot down into these guys. Get rid of those Skaven slaves. Tell you what, if they want to do that, let's actually put them back over where they were and have them shoot up on top of that incline right there.
Go! Shield bearers, halt! Rune smash. War of vengeance.
It's because the balance of power will be in the Storm Vermin and their Globadiers, and then obviously their Plague Claw catapults, which if we need to, we can put
It is a
a thing over
reckoning.
here and see if they'll try and shoot it. They may not, just because they'll be right in front of that wall. But if they do and take out that unit of Halberdiers, that wouldn't be too bad. Which I'm curious. If they do it, great. If they don't, it's not the end of the world either. We got plenty of ways to keep attacking these guys. I'm just kind of curious to see if we can bait them into wasting their ammo and killing some of their own units. But if it takes two, what I'm actually worried about is that they send too many over there just because of this one unit. Which the AI will only contribute as many troops to an area as they think they're going to need to beat a unit per se. So they may just be like, it's one thing, we're not going to really be too concerned with it. Good. Which, let me know down in the comment section of this recording with Warhammer 3 hopefully coming out at the before the end of the year, if you're debating about playing the Chaos Dwarves and seeing what they do with Runesmith. I'm kind of curious what they're going to do in terms of the cooldown. I'm not too lore friendly or knowledgeable, but my understanding is the reason why the Chaos Dwarves were frowned upon by other dwarven factions is because of their use of runes and experimenting with runes. So I wonder if, I think it'll still be similar to like the rune system in terms of their magic types, but maybe their cooldown will be different because they're not as inclined as to in regards to like not overusing them. And so I think that would be kind of cool if you could just cast more frequently. Maybe there would be like a health thing tied to them. You know, if they can cast more or less how much they want, but it can affect their health if they cast too many, like too much or something like that. But just an idea. I don't have any inside information or early access by any means or anything. It's just conjecture at this point. Just kind of from what I'm thinking they could do with it, but we'll just wait and find out.
Thoric Ironbrow! Arm and hold!
Good. Just get him out of the way. Have them stop firing. Is he really not close enough to?
The runes are
We can do it
cast!
there. Just tell you what. Let's bring
Go!
Thoric and the Runesmith over here. And I'm curious to see what happens if I tell them to fire. If they actually do have a pretty good line of sight. We don't have much ammo left, so we're gonna kind of hold off and see what they do. They're definitely bringing more forces this way due to where we're positioning Thoric and the Thane, or the Runesmith, excuse me. The Thane is slowly but surely chipping away at them. Which, if you know, if there's something you can do to, you know, once you tell them to stop shooting a unit when they're not on fire at will or something, that if they quit, like, reforming by themselves, it's just annoying because if you don't pay attention to it, they can not hurt each other, but just blur up the line of sight. And it's just kind of annoying. Which we can get rid of these Skaven slaves or shoot down in this area, which is what I think I'm going to go for. So I had a pretty good line of sight in terms of shooting. Oh yeah. Look at that. I am very quickly becoming a big fan of dwarves. I think I mentioned it in the first video I made a little over a week ago now, that I focus mostly on archers and artillery, not only because I think they're strong and reliable units, but I just enjoy archer and artillery armies, just because you have to be smart with them. You know, you can't just go into a battlefield and then just hope, because more likely than not they're not going to shoot all their ammo, and the enemy's not just going to let them shoot them. So you have to be, I think, more strategically inclined, and not, you know, just take melee and tell them to throw themselves into the other units that they're fighting. So, but that's just my personal opinion. More power to the people that can actually make melee infantry work for themselves, because I'm definitely not one of those people. $300, $200, $200. They're all definitely getting their share worth of kills.
It is a reckoning.
With that warlock coming up here, it might actually be a good idea to throw our Thane up against him. Just because that way he's not going to waste a spell on him, because I think, yeah, and so he outranges us in terms of magic and whatnot. Let's actually spread these guys out fairly wide, so it doesn't have, if he does hit us with it, it's not going to do too much damage to us. I mean, it probably will, but at least we'll be able to mitigate how much he actually ends up doing. Okay. Good. This is what I wanted. Because they'll waste their ammo on him and hopefully hit some of their own units in the process. Which is not, it's going to affect their balance of power a lot more than it will affect ours. Which I don't want to go forward, because if they get in combat with them, I'm not going to be able to get out of there. Because they're actually pretty accurate. Mainly to... let's see what happens. I'm curious. He shouldn't break, and they should actually do a pretty good amount of damage. Good. War bomb themselves. Oh yeah. Keep doing that. Please. Please, please, please.
Come together, lads.
Which he's about to break, unfortunately. But they're also destroying their own units, so as long as he holds out long enough for them to potentially break, and then we'll just scoot him back a little bit. Good. Just put him like right here and see if they'll keep shooting at him. Good. And we'll just keep casting on these guys. good. Victory's in our grasp. And yeah, they're still shooting at him. And most of their shots are not hitting. Gutter runners. Yep.
Nothing can stop us. Go! Charge! We are relentless! Get moving! Kazoo!
Casting the runes.
So all he needs to do is hold out while they bombard their own units.
Age, wealth, and skill.
Which it's gonna hurt, again, it's gonna hurt them a lot more than it'll hurt me.
I speak my lord's
He's doing pretty good.
will.
He's doing what I wanted him to do.
Go!
I think they've each broken twice now.
Shield bearers, ho! Blow through!
Master of runecraft.
War of vengeance! The ancestors watch!
By Grungni. Hearth and home.
Blessing on us!
Good.
Pain! Hook those dwarfen legs! Nothing can stop us! Let's check on the Roshi! Scoff! Move now!
Good. It's actually doing pretty well.
Go!
Quarrelers. Yes, yes.
The clans unite!
Which those guys will get deleted. They don't have any armor.
They have wronged us.
I'm gonna bring up a few more units because eventually I think most of their balance of power now is actually in their generals and heroes.
Auric Ironbrow. Wrath and ruin.
Which I know he's taking a beating here a little bit, but they're almost out of ammo, so it's not the end of the world. It'll be all right. But yeah, they got 4 volleys left. I'm not too worried about it. We still have my runesmith that I can use, and he'll hold out enough, and our replenishment will be good enough where I don't think they have any armies in the area that I have to worry about, so we should be fine. I don't think it's going to take too much more for them to get the army losses anyway. Yep, that's all it took for those guys. Alright.
The clans unite.
Let's bring these guys up.
Strike out. Off we go. Hey. Boom. Range fire. Range fast. Shield bearers. Ho. Up those dwarf legs. It is an order. Aye. Strike the rune.
Just give him some more ward save and some more speed. Get him out of there faster is all we're trying to do. Alright. Can't quite reach their generals, which is fine.
Targets, Lord.
Let's bring them forward a little bit, have them shoot this warlock engineer.
Axes out.
Good. Yep. Make one of those guys a little stronger. Good. No problem.
Move now. Brung this well. The anvil's might. The runes are cast. Hey! Killers! Down! Very well.
Okay, they can't get to him. Let's take 3 of them out and just use these 3.
Strike out!
Actually, we can use these guys. Go right here and we'll shoot these guys. Because other than the gutter runners, I still think their balance of power is in this general here.
Drain them!
Good.
Quarrelers!
Get rid of these storm vermin. And then the plague. I mean, these guys have no balance of power. They've lost all their ammo. So.
The clans unite! Charge! Pump those dwarfen legs! Quarrelers!
Good. But yeah, we're actually pushing close to an hour. So after this battle, we'll probably end the stream. And there's actually the army losses. So took obviously at the start of the battle, took some pretty good damage to that Quarreler unit, but the unit and the Thane will be fine. More or less, if you were wondering, that's essentially what happened at the Battle of Carrick Peaks. Except they didn't have the menace or the warp bomb. But yeah, in a little bit here, I'll actually be going to the live stream. So again, if you want to catch me over there, you please join. Please, everyone's welcome. Which I plan to upload this video later today. I'm not going to during the
Wealth of the Dowie!
but I'm gonna end the recording there. Just gonna save it here. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I plan to do another recording of this, potentially a live stream of it, depending on how well you get a turnout of this live stream. But yeah, we'll see you guys then.